Okay. I think it is like 5 or 6. It is definitely not 6.
It's 7. 7.
It's 7. Okay. Let's go. Oh my, we already made 7. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
this was happening.
Oh yeah. I figured I figured it was that. Kudos.
どうして。
仕留めたか。賭けは俺の勝ちということでいいか。
Oh my god.
どうでしょうか。ほとんど仕留める寸前でしたから。
しかし俺はきっちりと時間を与えたつもりだ。その時間内に仕留められなかった以上、賭けは俺の勝ちだと思う。
アダム、あなた。
死んでいるのか。
ええ、死んでいますわ。
動かないだけではないのだろうか。
いいえ、アダム。それが死です。生命活動は停止し、魂は砕かれ、虚無になりました。
そうか。
やめて！アダム、やめなさい！
すまないが、なぜお前がそこまで激怒しているのか。故に反撃させてもらった。
こっちを向け。
やれやれ。答えてくれ、リリス、ラジエル。なぜ彼は俺に殴りかかってきたのだ。
Oh my god.
それはあんたが人の情をわからないからでしょうよ。
情？
お姉様。
イーブ引っ込んでて。
お姉様、アダムの愚作法はお詫びいたします。
何度言わせるつもりかしら。私はアダムと話しているの。あなたと話すべきことなど何もないわ。
イブ、彼女は俺と話したがっているようだ。どいてくれ。
はい。セツナ、大丈夫？
さて、もう一度伺おう。リリス、あなたは情がわからないと言った。
ええ。
では、この状況における情とは何だ？
私たちを巻き込んだ攻撃手段もひどいといえばひどいけど、それはひとまず置いておくわ。ねえアダム、彼女が抱きしめようとしていたのは何かわかる？
わからん。馬のように見えたが。
彼女が世界でただ一つ愛した馬よ。私たちはその幻影の中で死なせてあげるつもりだった。
それだけか。
ええ、これはただそれだけのこと。おそらくあんたにとっては心底どうでもいい出来事なのでしょう。
何が？
あんたは人間からほど遠い位置にいる。それだけ。引き止めて悪かったわね。第二階層解放の報告は私からしておくわ。第三階層への道は自分で見つけてちょうだい。
参りましょう、アダム。
一つだけ答えてくれ。俺は間違っているのか？
アダム、君は間違っている。
嘘をつくな、天道刹那。お前だって分かっていないんだろう。俺もお前も同類ということか。
What the fuck? Is that a...
失礼する。
まあ何はともあれ埋葬してあげましょう。この第二階層も解放されるようだし。
There's something curious. When Adam say that they are similar, it makes me think that Adam maybe it's sad or solitary, something like it. Maybe he is blocking some of his feelings. Because if he said that, I think it's because he knows Setsuna past. And if he knows, I think when he said they are similar, it is because he thinks that Setsuna will do anything for his objectives. And he will, like lock his feeling, like everything else. Yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe it is not that they aren't able, but they kind of, yeah, they kind of want you, or they were taken off, or they those type of abilities were locked off by himself. Maybe something like it.
「彼女は埋めてあげてほしい。誰も干渉できないような場所が望ましい。」
Hey, just to know, do you think that Adam has feelings or something? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, it makes sense.
「天国もそして地獄もない以上、これは単なる自己満足に過ぎないけれど」。ごめんね、みやこちゃん。本当にごめん。
ともかく第三階層への道は開けたわ。とっとと扉を見つけてから一旦パンドラに戻りましょう。いろいろとやるべきこともありそうだしね。
みやこちゃんと会った時ちゃんと話せるかな。
心配しなくても、彼女は別の教室に移されるわ。そこで東京バベルが存在している間はのんびり毎日を過ごすことになる。
もう会えない？
会えないことはないと思うけど、会いたい？分かった。それじゃ空見、第三階層の入り口を探しましょうか。
一日だよね。
九郎宮子と会って。
一日会ってちょっとお話ししただけなのに、なんだかたまらないくらいに悲しいんだよね。
そっか。
空見、大丈夫？大丈夫大丈夫、全然平気。
もうしばらくこのままの方がいい。
もうちょっとこのままがいい。そうしよう。ありがとう、ラジエル。私、天使だから。そういえば、そうだったっけ？おっと、そうだ。第三階層への扉を見つけなきゃだよね。魔力を探知して、大まかな場所は探れる。あとは空見が見てくれれば多分楽。あっちに何かない？あ、ここ？見つけた！見つけたよ！巡礼プログラム起動。第三階層水道橋へのアクセスコード確認。座標接合確認。限定暗号鍵データ受信確認。ゲートへのアクセス権限拡大確認。ゴールドキー適合データ確認。シルバーキー適合データ確認。巡礼プログラム終了。これで全て終了。あとはあの扉を開く際にあなたたちの持っている鍵を調節すればいい。じゃあこれで秋葉原ともお別れ？そういうことになる。でリリスは？
リリス。
ああ、今ゲームセンターにいるわ。せつな、迎えに来てちょうだいな。
ゲームセンターにいるみたい。ちょっと待ってて。
ゲームセンター？まったくもう。よしよし、来てくれたか。
何かあるのか？
アブディエルの言ったこと、どう思う？信じる？ちょっとあの二人の前では話しにくいことなのよ。なので、刹那にご足労を願ったわけ。
アブディエル自身は嘘を言ったつもりはない。
うん。
ただ、アブディエル自身が騙されている可能性も見逃せないレベルで高いと思う。
アブディエルが騙されるとしたら、サマエルあたりかね。
とはいえ、彼の言葉通りということも考えられる。アスタロトが何を考えているのかなんて誰にも。
いや、誰にもわからないということはないわ。少なくとも彼の側近であるルキフグスのじいさまは何か知っているだろうしね。
ルキフグスか。
あのじいさまとアスタロト、どっちも食わせ者だからね。
情報を得たいということか。それなら盗聴あたりだろうか。
生半可な監視の魔術は見破られるどころか起動した時点で無駄だと思うわよ。そうね、スパイを送り込んでみるっていうのはどうかしら。
スパイに値する人材が存在しないと思うが。
いるじゃない、天然スパイが。
空見？
あの子ならアスタロトともルキフグスとも割と平気でおしゃべりできそうだしね。そんなの刹那は私には無理でしょ。まあ確かにね。でもあの子なら役立つ情報、役立たない情報何でも持ってきそうじゃない？そっちの方が少なくともこちらの意図を悟られることはない。
危険では？
このまま巡礼し続けている方が危険よ。暗殺部隊を送り込まれる可能性だってゼロじゃないんだから。
もしアスタロトが何か企んでいるとすれば、一体何を企んでいると思う？
そこがわからないから困るのよ。企む？企むって何を？この状況は企みようがないのよ。陰謀論は世界が平和の時に有効なものなの。とにかく貧乏くじを引くことだけは避けたいわ。それから空見とラジエルにも話さ
Could
ない
if Lilith just spy on Azeroth with her powers? Couldn't Lilith? I think Lilith could maybe spy on Azeroth with her powers. Oh, okay, this makes sense.
空見に話さない方がいいというのはわかるけど、どうしてラジエルも？
私はあの子を全面的に信用しているわけじゃない。
なぜ？
もちろんラジエルのことは好きよ。頼りにしているのも間違いないわ。ただあの子には何よりも優先すべき存在がある。空見には目的というものがない。だから一番最初に仲良くなった私たちに全面的な信頼を置いてくれている。セツナはまあ私が言うまでもないわね。
ラジエルだけが違う目的を抱いているからか？
記憶喪失の件、セツナも聞いたでしょ。ラジエルは震災前後の記憶がさっぱり抜け落ちている。
それは珍しいことではないと聞いたが。
怪の天使や悪魔くらいよ。四大天使には及ばずとも間違いなく高位に位置するラジエルが記憶を喪失するなんてありえないわ。
ラジエルが嘘をついていると？
その方がまだいいわ。もっと最悪なのはラジエルですら許容できない出来事があったということよ。
それは？
それが分かれば苦労しないわ。こんなことあまり言いたくはなかったんだけどね。ただあの子が本と私たちを天秤に乗せた時、本を選んでしまうということがあの子にとって本は我が子同然よ。
でも人間に渡したんだろう？
それは彼女が人間をどのくらい信頼しているかを天使たちに表したものよ。神にそう言われたからではなく自主的に行うことでね。ラジエルも本より好きなものができればいいんだけどね。具体的に言うと男とか恋愛に免疫ないからね、天使ってのは。
確かアザゼルだったか。
さあさあ、天国から地上に降りるなり人間の美少女にマッハ落ちしたやつ。ラジエルも恋に落ちれば早いと思うのよ。落ちれば。それからセツナ、これから先も戦える？
私は鍛えるべきなのかもしれない。
そうね。あなたのポテンシャルはパンドラにいる超能力者や霊能力者、ラッキースターのレベルを凌駕しているはず。およ、どうしたの？
第二階層を踏破したという知らせを聞いてな、慌てて駆けつけてきたところだ。
カマエルは大げさね。
ベリアルはどうしたの？
いや、こいつに悪魔代表としてちょっとついてこいとか言われた。
せめて食べ終わってからにしてあげればいいのに。
すまんすまん。何しろ第二階層を踏破した人間が出たのは久しぶりだからな。いや、よかったよかった。
の割には浮かない顔だなお前。
まだレゾンデートルを見出してないのよ。
よく倒せたな、それで。己の世界を持たぬ者は何であれ持ち前の力で勝負するしかない。第三階層は諦めるか？
別に諦める必要はないだろう。空見ちゃん、茶持ってきてくんないか？
私？しょうがないな。ちょっと待っててくださいね。
分かっています。このままでは良くないと。そこでお願いしたいことがあるのだが。
なんだ？
私を鍛えてくれないだろうか。
お待たせしました。お茶ですよ。
おう、ありがとうよ。っておい、これジャスミン茶じゃねえか。白飯に合わないにも程があるわ。
中華が合うなら合うと思ったんだけどな。
うわ、しかも程よく生ぬるい。なんかこう口の中がすんげえ嫌な感じ。いいだろ、特訓してやるよ。
特訓？
ああ、ちょっと修行しようと思う。
そっか。じゃあその間の夕食はどうするの？
適当に済ましておくから。
ダメダメ、お弁当作ってあげるからね。修行だったらスタミナ弁当がいいかな。
ありがとう。
なんというか夫婦のやりとりよね。
やだな、そんな全然大したことないじゃん。ねえ。
よくわからない。
わからないって。もう。
あれどうしたのラジエルちゃん。ラジエル。
なんでもない、問題ない。私は図書館に用がある。私は本を読みに行く。失礼する。
良好な反応である。
よくわからんが、とりあえずお前の仕業ということだけは分かった。殴っていいか？
違うよ。
なんだこの青春ティーンエイジャーども。そんな年でもないくせに。
うるさい。女はいつでも愛を求めているってハーレキング先生が言ってた。
おい、天道刹那、鍛えてほしいんだろ。だったら汚れてもいい服に着替えて、そうだな、2日後に体育館に来い。それまでに傷は全部直しておけ。
わかりました。
それじゃ今日は解散ね。せつな、あなたはしばらく休みなさい。2日。
はあ、了解。
いい？何もしなくていいからね。布団でひたすら眠り倒してなさい。
別に眠らなくとも私は大丈夫なのだが。
あら、そういえばそうだった。
それに私が眠ると誰かが一人布団に潜れなくなるよ
じゃあ押し入れに布団敷いておくからそこで寝ててちょうだいな。
青いタヌキ型万能ロボットみたいな扱いだね。
似たようなものじゃない。
それでどうだった？
どうだったとは？
アダムだ。先ほど二人が帰還して俺に報告した。ちょっとした揉め事があったと聞いているが。
揉め事ね。
アダムは貴重な人間だ。あれ以上の巡礼者はおそらく二度と作れまい。
所詮コピーでしょうに。
限りなく近づけた模造品は神仏と変わらない。あれは真なる人間だ。
そうかしら。私には天道刹那の方がよっぽど真なる人間に近いと思うけど。
リリス、お前が見つけたあの天道刹那は
何なんだと思う？
そろそろとぼけるのも限界だぞ。天使たちもあの天道刹那の正体について騒ぎ始めている。あの男はこれから先も巡礼を続けられる数少ない人間かもしれない。
And I thought he was
だから
jealous.
できるだけ知っておきたいんだ。
そうすれば彼のフォローができるかも。
そうだ。
前から
Didn't
思
Gamal
っていたんだけど
see
ね。
Tetsuya
頑張
already?
れる。
Never mind.
なんだ？
あんた実はいいやつすぎるだろ。
知らん。
あの少年はもちろんカマイルが思っている通りまともな人間じゃない。
I don't think so.
彼はまさにバベルとして生み出されたのよ。
Okay. Maybe.
バベル？
形は違えど彼はバベルそのものだわ。
Oh my.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh. What a cut. What a cut.
So Setsuna is the real top of Babel, huh?
Oh.
It's very good.
So his reason the tree is to destroy God?
You know, this is the Easter special, right? When is Jesus gonna show up? Oh, that's a shame, man.
大丈夫？
リリスの言う通り休んだ方が良さそうだ。それからご飯大盛りでよろしくお願いしたい。
男の子だね。任された。
しばらくは声をかけられても気づかないと思う。緊急の何かがあったら肩を。
寝るの？
いや、修復。
お弁当式にして持って行った方がいいかな。足りない材料がいくつかあるし。天使と悪魔なんだし、そこらへんパーッとやれないものかな。しょうがない。リリスが帰ってくるまであれ、おかえりなさ
い。おや、ルースかね。
Oh my. Okay. Talking about the devil.
アスタロトさん。
クグツ空見くんだったな。リリスやラジエル、それに天道セツナはいないのかな。
はい、いないですけど。
うん、そうか。
アスタロトさん、あれ、先生かな。どっちで呼べばいいでしょうか。
好きな方で構わんよ。さて、どうしたのかな。
お願いがあるんですが。
おやおや、この魔王アスタロトにお願いとは。もちろんできることなら何でも叶えてあげるとも。願いの大きさによっては君の大事な何かと引き換えにだが。
大事なものはあまりないんですが。とりあえずですね、お野菜買うにはどうしたらいいか教えてください。
お野菜
Oh my dear. This just remember me when someone just asked Carol what is her raison d'etre. Like it was nothing. Hey bro, what is your favorite color? Oh, it's blue. Cool. And what is your raison d'etre? Just you know. Yeah. I think it will work. It's perfect.
おかしい。 私は何を読みたいのだろうか。
先ほどから何をブツブツ言っている？
違う本が読みたいなら別のジャンルへ行け。
何も読みたくないなら帰るがよい。
何を読みたいかわからないか。では我々がジャンルを告げればどうだ？
それならわかるかも。
うん。では社会、政治、法律。
違う。
文学および文学評論など。
違う。
魔術、オカルト、サイキック。
そういうのとはあまり関係ないと思う。
経済関係、あるいは科学、
スポーツ、格闘技、武術。
教育関係。違うか。実用本？
料理、ファッション、手芸、インテリア。
料理？
料理は向こう側だ。100メートルほどまっすぐ行ってそこから上昇すればたどり着ける。料理は
ありがとう。
料理？
料理らしいな。
だが何のためにだ？
それは料理を作るためではないだろうか。
なぜ料理を作ろうなどと思ったのだろう。
Oh my。
それは誰かに食べさせたいからではないか？
仕事に戻るか。
だな。
よし、これだ。さっぱりわからない。あれ？私は誰に食べさせたいのだろう。 空見。でもわからない。なんでなんだろう。
以上が私の知っている天道刹那の物語。なかなか刺激的でしょ。
Oh my god! Come out those and we don't know.
刺激が強すぎる。初対面の時にこの物語を聞かされていれば問答無用で打ち首にしていたかもしれん。
ただそうあるように生み出されただけよ。もっともコンセプトそのものが大罪とも言えるでしょうけど。
傲慢の罪だな。確かにお前の言う通り存在そのものがバベルの塔に近い。とは言っても今さらどうこう言ったところで仕方ないか。
ただまあ下級の天使たちには刺激が強すぎるから一応秘匿しておいて。さてっと、それじゃ
Okay, okay.
私は帰るわ。
Hey,
あ、第三階層に潜んで
Mapo,
いる
do you
支配者
remember
は
what it said in
残
the
り2
beginning?
人のどちらかなのよね。
What?
Before we start recording,
Yeah.
don't you see the Doki?
Oh, why'd you do that?
I don't know. I just wanted to say.
ああ、日の上渡るか押芝鋼のどちら。
I just want a distraction after that cat. And the fact that Kamau knows and we don't know.
そして第5階層からは前人未到と。ねえカモエル、本当にあの先には何があるのかしらね。
天国への階段があるさ。
Oh. Oh.
あなたは
So we just need to clear the third and the fourth one. And the fifth one too.
欺瞞はダメよ。私はいいけど天使であるあなたはダメ。
先ほどの刹那の件、俺は自分の胸に秘めておく。だから
I don't know why, but I totally forgot Kamau. It's an angel, and it makes sense he is an angel. But I was thinking he was a demon just because he walks with Lilith up. It was stupid.
黙っておく
It
こと
was
に
a
する
stupid
わ。
moment by me.
さあ行ってみて。
地上で覚えた悪癖だ。ウリエルは見逃してくれたが、ガブリエルとラファエルは堅物でな。
Oh, we didn't
上
see
ではな
them
かなか吸う機
yet.
会がない。
Am I right? We didn't see Gabriel and Raphael yet. Okay. Did they? I don't remember that. Okay.
人間でいうところのホタル族ってやつかしら。ああ、私は吸わないから結構。だって清純派だし。
悪魔のジョークはたまにわからんな。
ジョークじゃないっちょ。
もしかしたら天国はないのかもしれない。それこそあのお方によって破壊されたか。だが我々はこうして生きている。生きている以上全力を持って立ち向かうしかない。
そういうフロンティアスピリッツあふれる言葉は嫌いじゃないけれどね。ただちょっとつ盲信と同義になりそうなのは困るわ。
それはまあ確かに。だが第5階層から上は前人未到だ。せめて行方不明になっているメッセンジャーさえ発見できれば。
どこにいるのよあいつは。
わからん。東京バベルの第5階層にいるとも、虚数の世界にあやふやなまま存在するとも。
メッセンジャーって確か兵所愛好家じゃなかったっけ。それなら飛び箱の中に潜んでいてもおかしくないでしょうね。
何もかもわからないことだらけだな。
そうね。あなたたち天使はあらゆる世界の先がわからない人間を導き、救い、あるいは罰していた。
お前たち悪魔もそうだろう。役割は真逆だが。
そうね。当然のように続くと思っていた。愚かにも程があるわね。
覚えているか、この東京バベルが駆動する直前の出来事。
ええ、よーく覚えているわ。天使と悪魔の大量自殺のことよね。
彼らの魂はどこにも行くことなく消滅。
理屈の上ではそうなるわね。
人間は
辛いわね。それじゃ私はそろそろ行くわ。
おう。第3階層へ向かう準備が整ったら。
はいよー。じゃあまた。
Can we make a quick pause? Can we make a quick pause?
Okay, we're back. Audio should be fixed this time. I'm gonna have to fucking reread an hour's worth of content. Fuck. Shit. Back in the night duty room, she was met with a devastating sight.
Not only that, not
Sonami-kun,
only that, you have
じゃがいもを剥いたぞ。
Oh my god.
What the
You have to
fuck?
remake your jokes and
I'll
comments.
remake all of my jokes and comments, and it's gonna be very natural.
どれどれ？あ、ダメだよアスタロトさん。悪魔や天使はどうかわからないけど、人間にとって目は毒なの。
Oh my god.
This is the guy that is planning some evil scheme.
Yeah, this is the king of demons, baby. He was peeling potatoes.
That's the Lord Demon.
Astaroth
What
was.
kind of compensation?
Oh, there's gonna be some
What
compensation.
is this guy?
There's gonna be some compensation for sure.
I think that's that's what I was aiming for.
Oh my god. Astaroth was peeling potatoes in an apron.
これでどうかな。
グッジョブ。じゃあ少し待っててくださいね。
Lilith became the living embodiment of an oh smiley. To be fair, most people would have reacted similarly in her position. Sodomy spotted the astonished Lilith and waved her hand in her direction, kitchen knife still in hand. Astaroth swiftly dodged the blade.
あ、おかえりなさい。リリス、ちょっと手伝ってくれる？疲れてるなら無理しなくていいけど。リリス？リリスさん。
あまりにも驚愕的な条件に魂がパンドラをさまよっていた。何やってんのアスタロト。
買い物に付き合っていたらいつの間にかこういう流れになっていた。
Fuck. As he answered Lilith, Astaroth busied himself with cutting up the onions. The two had been making meat and potato soup, and he seemed really into it.
いつの間にかで。
Lilith seemed beyond overwhelmed.
ブリが美味しそうだったからブリ大根にしようと思うの。ブリをぶつ切りにするのと大根の皮を
I have
剥いて
no fucking
輪切
clue
りに
what
し
an
てくれれば
amberjack is.
あとはなんとかするから
Can somebody search up amberjack right now and tell me what the fuck it is?
I'm doing it right now.
Thank you, Mapo. I always knew I could trust you.
It's a fish.
It's a fish?
It's a fish.
Wait, so they're doing meat and potato soup as well as fish and daikon? That's weird as fuck, bro.
Apparently.
That's a strange combination. Lilith's confusion elicited a brief sigh from Sodomy. The demon was a complete novice at cooking, much like she had thought. That would certainly not have come as a surprise, though.
あ、ごめんひょっとしてやったことない？
Sodomy's apologetic tone made Lilith's fighting spirit bubble to the surface.
この夜の魔女をおなめでないさ。たかだか皮むきくらいスリスリとやってあげるわ。
いやー、やったことないリリスには荷が重いって。
Even as an amateur cook, Lilith figured she could handle the task of neatly cutting the body of a fish. Bro, fuck no. Cleaning fish is as hard as balls. Descaling and shit and taking out the spine. Fucking terrible.
よろしくお願いね。
Can she really do it? Lilith instantly shot in a sharp glare at Astaroth.
なんか言った？
Lilith put on her borrowed apron, washed her hands, and solemnly approached the fish in question. Sodomy whispered a low, "Just chop it into appropriate pieces," from behind. There was only one kind of chopping in Lilith's dictionary. Oh my god. Lilith made a few broad slices and noted no problems whatsoever. Next up was cutting the radish into round slices. Child's play, really. First it needed to be peeled, but where would one begin to peel and how much?
Sorry, I had to.
Dude, daikon is like as thick as my neck. How the fuck did she do that? How the fuck did she do that, bro?
I don't know.
And with that, Lilith turned to present her peeled radish to Sodomy, who looked at the demon utterly horrified. Said demon returned the gesture with a similar facial expression of her own.
これは大根ですか?
What the fuck? What the fuck kind of enunciation is that?
いいえ、これはパンです。
fuck? Oh my god. Despite having volunteered to peel the radish, Lilith instead ended up with a stick the size of a pencil.
大根の皮むきはこっちでやるからね。
はい、その方がよろしかろうと。
How the fuck does this happen, dude? It's like peeling a fucking carrot and ended up with a toothpick. Lilith then promptly crouched. Yeah.
Once I peeled the carrot, and I almost did the same as her.
Fuck. How the hell do you do that, man?
You wanna know? Me and Boomer, one time we did the same thing with a carrot chip.
Oh my god, you people need help, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
There was a man, and there was a friend of ours. He was cooking, and he did everything. You know, he cooked the fish, he cooked the spaghetti, he cooked the pasta, everything. And there was me and Boomer. I forgot the name. Cutting the carrots.
Jesus Christ. How do you not know how to peel a carrot? You just get. Oh my god.
I knew how. It's just I got excited. I started to try.
I didn't get excited.
Model it, you know.
Fucking hell.
It was a question of perfection.
I see. Lilith then promptly crouched in the corner of the room to sulk and brood.
君、それでもアダムの元妻かね？
家事は一切やりませんでしたので、というかやる前に。
Yeah, I don't think they had a house. He had quite the life, to say the least. Despite all these trials and tribulations, though, the meal was ultimately finished.
Wait, can you rewind? Can you go back?
Yeah? Wait, this?
Yes.
What about it?
Is that a...
A what, bro?
Is that an offensive commentary?
Well, that is an offensive comment, but you know, that's just how it be in the Eastern Bloc, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, Japan is famously conservative. Women are often housewives in Japan, so I would assume that this kind of comedy is very understandable over there.
It's funny coming from a cross-dresser.
Shut up. What do you mean, dude? What the fuck does that mean? I'm not. You know what?
Sotomi was the one who said it. I was just...
Fuck. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna get too deep. We're gonna get canceled. We're gonna get canceled on Twitter. Okay, that's done. This one still needs a bit of what else? Lilith. Fuck. Why am I reading Sotomi's line? Oh my god. Lilith rose up from her own little brooding area in the corner, looking somewhat displeased.
はいはい。誰が適当にって言われてもね。待て。
では、ルキフグスは
食卓が神経臭くなるから嫌よ。
Lilith's response came swiftly and without hesitation. Once she had left, Astaroth whispered a brief phrase to Lucifuge, who at that moment was concealing himself in his master's shadow.
というわけらしいぜ。
問題ありません。全く問題ありません。
Astaroth couldn't help but detect a hint of sadness in his trusted aide's tone. I was robbed of my primary senses, sight, hearing, smelling. All that I felt was the faint caress of the air against my skin. My pain had mostly faded. Another day in this stage would surely guarantee a full recovery. Despite having plenty of things to think through, for the time being, I decided to focus on recuperation. I suddenly felt someone tapping on my shoulder. Recalling the sensation I had experienced just a short while before, I slowly opened my eyes. As I did, the fragrant aroma of dinner filled my nostrils. Turning around, I made sure to thank Sorami, who had just awoken me.
起こしてくれてありがとう、空見。
じゃない。
Raziel, her index finger lightly tapping my shoulder, looked thoroughly displeased.
あ、すまない。ラジエルだったか。もう夕食か？
空見が起こしてくれって言ったから起こしに来ただけ。夕食はもうすぐ。
わかった。
Raziel stepped out of the closet and returned to her seat. The harsh glare she threw in my direction as she left was quite something indeed. Either way, it didn't matter. It's not like I did anything wrong. The reasons for her seemingly foul mood must lie elsewhere.
I disagree.
I disagree totally, yes.
肉じゃが、ぶり大根、イワシのハンバーグ、なめこのお味噌汁、白飯、完成っと。
What were you saying, Mapo?
Mistaking the girl is a big mistake.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me just try to... Okay. Stew. Okay, we got stew, which is meat in potato stew, amberjack, which is fish, sardine burger, which is another fish, miso soup with mushrooms, and rice with burgers. I mean, this sounds good, but it's also like uncohesive as all fuck. Sotomi took off her apron. Oh, go ahead.
It sounds very not quite good.
Healthy? Healthy?
Yeah, I mean, it might be my Western view. I don't know what vitamins are in there, you know. Keep going, please.
I'm trying to let you incriminate yourself here with your interesting comments about different cultures.
What are you trying to do, Zevlen?
Oh, I'm not trying to do anything. You're the one trying to do something here.
He's just trying to show the world your true colors.
No. I wanna make it clear that this channel, if I say something, represents all of us.
Oh, does it now?
Oh, okay.
Does it now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh,
you all go with me.
I see.
Like
That's the rule.
I see, Mapo. Mm-hmm. Sotomi took off her apron as she wiped... She wiped her forehead of sweat. Lilith returned as well with impeccable timing. Behind her stood Kamael, Eve, and Belial.
Ew!
Why the fuck is Eve here?
Why everybody's here?
I don't want her here. She's bad vibes, dude.
Yeah, I did want her here too. I think I brought her there in Sotomi's house, and I brought her like, oh, I'm hungry.
At least Adam is in here.
It doesn't make sense. It is. I forgot it is an angel. I think demons doesn't have to eat you.
Oh yeah, they don't have to eat, but they
Yeah.
can. Raziel likes to. By the way, to both of you, your audio is a little low. If you could raise the volume of your respective microphones, that'd be good. Because I've already maxed out the Discord sound.
Okay.
Okay. That's better. Well, Adam doesn't look like he's here.
なんかいるとギスギスしそうだし、空気読まずにまずい、俺の口に合わんとか言い出しそうだし。
That was one assessment I could certainly agree with. Seeing how Eve made no effort to correct her, I assumed Lilith was completely right about Adam.
アスタロト、お前さんこんなところで何やってるんだ？
肉じゃがを作ったのは俺だ。
Astaroth uttered the fact like it was the most normal thing in the world. Kamael and Belial simply exchanged a confused look.
本当だよ。さすがに仕上げは私がやったけど。
長く生きてみるもんだな。
Despite having lived for thousands of years, Belial still found this quite the astounding accomplishment.
今回はご飯に合いそうな料理で攻めてみたから、パンはちょっと買ってきてないんだよ。 ご飯苦手なの？
いや、そうではないが。
あ？お前あれか。箸が持てない。
Oh, brutal.
Oh.
Kamael's face turned bright red as Belial flashed a wolfish grin.
そんなわけないだろ。使えるとも。自由自在
Oh,
に
I'm
使
sure
え
he
る
can
と
hold them. I don't know if he can use them.
だよな。仮にもお前12000人の破壊天使を率いたとか言われる天使。
当たり前だ。箸など軽い。なんだったら両手で使ってもいいぞ。
One in each hand. Dual wielding chopsticks. Vital skill to have in any self-respecting eating contest.
それはちょっと行儀が悪い。
だからしないぞ。
Fresh rivulets of sweat dribbled down Kamael's forehead, his cheeks flushing redder and redder from heat.
カマエル、不器用なのは悪いことではないと神もおっしゃっていたりしたっけ？
よくわからんが多分言ってない。そして俺は不器用ではない。
まあいいか。それじゃあみんな席に座って。あ、椅子が足りてない？
Sotomi looked unpleasantly surprised. Now that I thought about it, I did forget to bring more.
Now that I think about it, there is no. What is that audio again? Do you remember that?
What?
Okay, you didn't get it.
I didn't
Okay.
get it. The single snap.
Maybe Mapo. Mapo? Did you get it?
I think Mapo.
What?
What?
There is no. What is the audio again? Okay, whatever. Just go on.
Okay.
Forget about it.
With a single snap of Astaroth's fingers, the seats multiplied in numbers.
私とアスタルト様、ベリアル様、カマエル様ですからちょうどですわね。おお、さすが魔王さん。
慣れれば簡単だよ。君にだってできるさ。
Could she? Either way, Sotomi certainly believed it, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Everyone present took their respective seats at the well-laden table and placed their palms together for a brief prayer.
空見君は神に祈らないのかね。
ああ、私はあれです。このブリと牛と大根その他の食材に向かって祈ります。
It's kind of interesting that even the demons are praying to God. That's weird.
そういう崇拝の仕方もあるか。
I personally didn't give it that much thought. I offered my prayers as the occasional demanded. In this case, I prayed to God and gave thanks for the food. If one were to call me an impious person, I would not object in the slightest.
それではいただきます。
いただきます。
Each guest offered their prayers in their own respective ways before picking up the chopsticks. Come on, Kamael. The way Kamael held his was clearly wrong. He allowed too large of a distance between the individual sticks, which made it difficult for him to grab hold of any given piece of food at a time. He wasn't holding them firm either. Even when he managed to pick up a bite of food, it wobbled unsteadily in the grasp of his chopsticks.
カマエルさん、大根落ちる。
He managed to hold the circular piece of radish, but pulled his arm back so fast the thing never reached his mouth.
そうはい。
Clearly aware of the fact his attempt was doomed to failure, Kamael promptly thrust his left hand under the radish.
傲慢の罪だ
Indeed.
大天使の長とあろう者が情けない。
カマエル、ほら、先割れスプーンで食べなさい。
That's what I'm saying. Once Kamael placed his radish on a plate and returned from washing his hands, Raziel offered him a pair of Western utensils. Incidentally, Raziel was surprisingly skillful at handling her chopsticks.
こんなものがあるならどうして先に出してくれなかったのか。大根が熱いぞ。
使えると言ったのはカマエルだと思う。
Kamael hung his head in shame as everyone also nodded in agreement.
しかし大根がうまい。味が染みてるんだな。そして米によく合う。
Belial was busily popping radish after radish into his mouth. as Astaroth looked at him with a glare cold as ice.
一つの食材に集中するな、ベリアル。
そうよ。いい加減にしないと大根がなくなる。って人の話を聞けこのボケ魔王。
Belial's chopsticks were met by Lilith's.
ああ、こら
Sodomy rose to her feet, but Lilith and Belial remained locked firmly in place, one set pressing against the others.
大根よこせ。
あんたばっかり食わせるか。
That stick?
Sodomy slipped behind the two demons and karate chopped them both in the back of the head.
痛いよ。
食事中はお行儀よく。ベリアルさんは大根ばっかりじゃなくてブリも肉じゃがも食べなさい。
Following Sodomy's fierce scolding, the two promptly quieted down.
ごめんなさい。
And that's the tale of the great Sodomy.
Yep.
Human who stopped the flesh of demons with her bare hands.
Yep. Some Beowulf shit.
With her chopstick.
Killed two demons with just her bare hands.
やべ。肉じゃが超うめえ。
でしょ
Sodomy returned to her seat, smiling.
我ながらこの肉じゃがはよくできている。
Astaroth was busy admiring the very food he himself made, then again, was delicious. Eve took a few elegant bites out of the food, smiling gently when our eyes met. Which was odd. It hadn't been that long since I punched her husband in the face. That's definitely one of the lines of all time, bro. I exhaled a silent sigh.
Hey, bro, you remember yesterday?
I exhaled a silent sigh as my mind found itself occupied by such truly nonsensical thoughts. Now was not the time to think of blood and battle. Only Raziel, sitting right next to me, wore an expression of grave seriousness.
ラジエル、どうした？
おいしい。
And with that, she placed another chopstick's worth of rice into her mouth, occasionally jotting something into the notebook she kept at the side of the table. A brief glance at its contents revealed that she was taking notes on flavors and types of cuisine, that she also wanted to try her hand at cooking.
ラジエル、ラジエル。
Having received no answer from Raziel for a while, I decided to give her shoulders a gentle shake.
せつな、何か用？
料理を作りたいのか？
Upon hearing my question, Raziel froze up for a moment, then violently shook her head.
別に作りたくないから。
It's not like I like you or anything, Bak.
そうか。もし作りたいなら、空見に教えてもらった方が
Oh my
適切だと思う。
god.
Oh, that.
Setsuna is...
I fucking hate Setsuna.
Setsuna is fucking dangerous, man. This man is gonna get himself killed. Raziel responded with a somewhat dejected nod, then went on to lazily nibble away at her food. Noticing... even Eve, bro. Noticing our exchange, Eve covered her mouth in surprise.
何か？
いいえ、何でもありませんわ。
Eve giggled to herself, subtly implying that I would get no answer out of her today. Either way, I turned my attention to the food and endeavored to stuff my belly with as much as possible so I could swiftly regain my lost strength. Sodomy threw a wide grin and a quick, "Wow, what a little glutton you are," my way. Compared to all the other people, that is, demon and angels in the room, she didn't seem to have eaten all that much, which I found somewhat regrettable. In any event, our dinner party progressed without incident, and as the various guests had finished chatting, some recalling fond memories of the past, and Sodomy was in the middle of sipping a hot cup of green tea, Astaroth abruptly spoke up.
そういえば、今日は祝福を伝えに来たのだった。
Congratulate. My initial confusion was soon overtaken by the swift realization that we did indeed topple the second stratum.
そうだったんですか。手伝わせてごめんなさい。
いや、暇だと答えたのは俺だ。
Astaroth then rose to his feet.
ともあれ、第三階層の踏破も期待している。
After glancing my way for a split second, Astaroth went on in an observant tone.
一刻も早くな。巡礼は怠惰を許さないぞ。
So Astaroth has some sort of very vested interest in us moving quickly through the strata. In other words, he wanted me to recover as soon as possible.
Belial produced a wide grin.
はい。できるだけ早く。
Probably the reason why he accepted this whole cooking thing with Sorami in the first place, right? If he helped her cook, Setsuna could eat more faster and then get ready to re-embark quickly.
Yeah.
I looked at the two demon lords in the eye, burning with purpose. Astaroth stepped closer, cupping my chin in his fingers. It's kind of gay, bro.
Oh.
Behind us, Sorami was freaking out for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of gay. He then left the room. I think Sorami noticed as well.
Yeah. Let him cook.
He then left the room, his devilish smile never once fading. Ooh. Azeroth's origins could indeed be traced back to the ancient goddess Astarte, or if one were to even go even farther back, the Mesopotamian goddess Ishtar. Which could explain why Azeroth was occasionally depicted as a female demon.
あの方は本当につかみどころがありませんわね。つかみどころがないのはあんたも一緒でしょうに。
You responded with a giggle, then stood up.
アダムが待っているので、これで失礼いたしますわ。ソラミさん、今日は夕食ありがとうございました。いえいえ、美味しかったかな。とっても。
Eve gave her a warm smile, then stepped outside. As for Kamael...
だから、お前の持ち方がおかしいんだって。
Fucking hell.
おう。
それだと力が入らん。
はあ、もう不器用なやっちゃな、お前は。
もう、先割れスプーン。
皆が箸を使っている中で、一人先割れスプーンというのは、尋常じゃない敗北感があるんだよ。
I could sympathize, I really could.
じゃあ、その箸をお貸ししますよ。
For some reason,
練習しておいてくださいね。
I think there wasn't the character token.
おお、それはありがたい。それでは、俺は先に失礼する。
Kamael trotted off triumphantly, chopsticks in hand. Belial simply shook his head and returned to sipping his tea.
あいつが天使の代表なんだが。
ベリアル、カマエルは確かに直情的で割とバカだけどしっかり者。
それ全然フォローになってないからな。
Raziel completely ignored the demon's apt comment.
何より強い。ミカエル含む4大天使がいない状況で天使を完全に統率できているのは誰もが彼の強さに敬服しているから。そんなにすごいの？まあ確かに私の目からもすごそうだなって感じではあったけど。
Lilith shrugged.
あ、なんでも一応天使長だからね。
前から思っていたのだが、天使長はミカエルじゃなかったのか？
確かにそう。ただカマエルはいわゆる実動部隊として働いていたから、ミカエルがお飾りとは言わないけれど、前線で戦い続けた天使で一番地位が高いのは文句なしにカマエル。
昔モーセにフルボッコにされたらしいけどね。
モーセ？モーセってなんだっけ、実会かなんかの人だっけ。
Moses was a well-known prophet mentioned in the Old Testament. Countless records talk of him as a renowned leader and prophet, but I don't ever recall seeing him mentioned as a powerful combatant.
モーセは仕方ない。あのお方から祝福を与えられた一人だし、何より。
あいつ身長2メートル、体重120キロのマッチョマンだったからな。10回を収めたアークを担いだ状態でカナン人と延々戦い続けたし。
Damn. That sound just now? That was history crumbling to dust.
モーセすげえ。
豊かな白ひげを蓄えた老人のイメージしかなかったんだけど。
モーセのベリートゥーベリーと左フックは 現代のバーリトゥードでも
Oh
通
my
用
God.
するレベル。
Pro wrestler Moses.
He was a fucking Joestar, man.
Yeah, he was the original. He was the ancestor of Hulk Hogan.
ああ、ひょっとしてあのバカ素手で喧嘩したの？
相手が素手ならこっちも素手で立ち向かわなければとか言って。
Definitely a fucking Beowulf moment. No surprises there.
まあ気持ちはわかるけどね。
候補。そんな例外を除けばカマエルは強いから。特に彼が持つ3つの武器、破壊、罰、そして死が凶悪。そもそも3年前のあの日、あの怪物たちを撃退できたのもカマエルのおかげ。
ああ、そういえばそんなこともあったな。懐かしい懐かしい。
そう、あれはまだ私が8歳の時。
おい
おい、
ないわ。
リリス、無理がある。
いや、うん、分かってる。分かってるのよ。
Ella's mood darkened. There was no way to console her.
そら、ベリアルもそろそろ帰んなさい。あさってにはセツナの訓練に付き合ってもらうんだから。
Belial stood up with a grin and gave us a quick wave.
それじゃ天道刹那、あさっては張り切って死にに来いよ。じゃあな。
訓練を引き受けてくれて感謝する。
ベア先生、さようなら。
熊本だ熊本。じゃあな。
Belial left, leaving the room to its usual 4 residents. At least that's what I would have thought had Lilith not gotten up and yawned with her arms outstretched.
疲れた疲れたわ。いろいろとありすぎて死ぬほど疲れた。というわけで私は風呂に入って寝倒すので、あとよろしく。
働いたのは主として刹那じゃないのさ。
まあね。でも私は淑女なのでいろいろと疲れるの。それじゃあお先。
あ、待って待って。せっかくだし一緒にお風呂入ろうよ。
Oh.
Oh. Let's go. それはちょっと陰微な響きね。
いや、それほど大したことじゃないよ。言うなれば親愛の挨拶だよ。
Japanese people be like.
伝説の悪魔って一体どんなスタイルなのか生で拝んでおきたいかと。
よろしい。夜の魔女のあだ名がダダじゃないってことを思い知らせてあげるわ。
Giggling between themselves, Lilith and Sorami took off towards the bathroom. How come you guys never shower with me, huh? Fuck. That's so upsetting, bro. Raziel spoke up almost like she had just realized something.
どうした？
あ、二人。
Oh boy. Setsuna's gonna fuck this up fucking royally.
Wanna bath together?
Let's go, let's do it. Let's go! Raziel fidgeted about, seemingly overconscious of my presence. It didn't seem like too big of a deal, so I proceeded to sip away at the tea Sorami had prepared. I felt the lukewarm liquid sluggishly crawl its way down into my stomach. My wounds had all but healed, most likely due to the energy I gained from consuming such a large quantity of food. By the time I had to face Belial in 2 days, I would be able to push myself to the very limit.
傷？
Raziel ran her fingers along my nape, a look of visible concern in her eyes.
大丈夫？
ああ、明日には修復完了すると思うけど。
She gave me a curious look.
ロボットみたいな表現だね。
似たようなものかな。
Without being aware of it, I let a faint yet bitter smile creep onto my lips, alarming Raziel.
あなたは人間でしょ？
人間だよ。多分。
多分？
純粋な人間かどうかは議論の分かれるところだと思うな。
純粋じゃない？でもあなたはどこからどう見ても人間。確かに人間以上の力を持っているけれど。
Noticing Raziel's distress, I decided to make a little confession of my own.
そういう風に作られたか
作られた？わからない。私にはわからない。
Raziel voiced her confusion loud and clear. The details of my birth were complicated and not particularly pleasant. Nevertheless, I had no intention whatsoever to paint myself as a victim. If anything, I was the aggressor in that world, the worst possible kind. After all, I turned my back on the very world that birthed me, razing it to the ground. Oh, so he was the one that destroyed the world.
Yeah.
私天道刹那
But I think they
人工的
already
に
said
作り
it.
出された存在だ
They were what?
I think they already said it.
Right. The rap.
Didn't that mean that you left it to rot?
They said that he left it to rot. They didn't say that he was the one that destroyed it directly, but the rapid development of the life sciences eliminated the need for parents in order to give birth to a human being. Go ahead.
But during the conversation with Lilith, didn't they say something?
I don't remember. I need to check that
Okay.
back. The warmth of a mother's womb was no longer needed, and even fetal memory existed. This technology served those who, despite wanting children, couldn't give birth to one due to certain circumstances. Whether or not such a practice would be considered ethical varied from person to person. However, I was different. The reasons behind my birth were vile and repulsive. If one were to ask 100 people, all of them would no doubt agree on that front. If Raziel learned of that, she would no doubt say that God would never allow such a thing. In my world, there existed no God who could forgive anything. However, I decided to hold my tongue and not say a word. On the other hand, she was an angel with senses far more keen than that of an everyday person.
私はもう二度とこの件について質問しない。
どうして
Raziel placed a hand on my cheek, a hint of sorrow lingering in her tone.
だって刹那が辛そうだから。
Painful? I didn't feel that way. Yet for some reason I found revealing this information to Raziel tremendously unpleasant. Dread and shame would be insufficient to describe the feeling that assailed me as I thought of my wretchedness being exposed to an angel who had transcended humanity and lived her life in purity. As such, I was glad that she pried no further and decided to not share that information with her, Lilith, or Sodomy. My past was unremarkable in every sense of the word, lacking even a shred of value that would prompt a historian to record it. I was created without a name and was fated to disappear in similar fashion. So why did I cling so desperately to the name she had given me? It was truly a mystery to me. I simply didn't wish to lose my name. I cared little for my five senses, nor did I crave omnipotent power. But the name Tendo Setsuna was one thing I refused to part with.
辛そう。どうしてなんだろう。あなたは何だって平気そうなのに。
何だって平気だよ
Calm and collected in every situation, being able to face pain, despair, and anguish head-on without batting an eye, unfazed by the reality of returning to nothingness upon death, Raziel shook her head. My expression must not have been a pretty sight. After a few moments of intently gazing into my eyes, Raziel finally spoke up in a quiet tone.
好きな食べ物。
はい。
好きな食べ物ある？
Following a few brief moments of contemplation, I presented her with an answer that reflected the reality of my situation the best. The taste of a meal, be it good or bad, or the personal preferences of the diner, had no impact whatsoever on its nutritional value. As long as one was to consume the necessary amount of nutrients, that would be enough. Truth be told, I wondered if I even needed that much. If I could supply myself with the necessary amount of calories, the nanomachines in my bloodstream could synthesize nutrients for me.
ちょっと待ってて。
Raziel rushed out of the room. However, she didn't go very far as I could hear her whispering just outside the door.
Zevlen? Okay.
何をしているんだ
As I peeked outside the door to check up on Raziel, she abruptly hid something behind herself. Something that could have been a book.
をかけないで。
Oh, that's so sweet.
Raziel glared back at me, unable to hide how flustered she was. I must have inconvenienced her somehow.
すまない。
わかればいい。ラジエル、お風呂空いたよ。刹那でもいいけど。
Suddenly barged out from the bathroom. Lilith followed behind her with heavy footsteps, looking thoroughly dejected.
死にたい。
What? Raziel and I blinked at her in surprise.
いきなりどうした？
ああ、大丈夫大丈夫。刹那が関係あるようなことじゃないから。ね。
Suddenly beamed from ear to ear as she tapped Lilith on the shoulder.
だからリリスも元気出して。
あれおかしいよ。私夜の魔女なのに。
What happened?
Lilith was gently patting her own chest with a morose expression. Frankly, I had no idea what she was doing. However, the warning sirens in my mind were blaring loud, warning me not to say a thing if I valued my life. As such, I decided to quietly retreat out of sight.
じゃあ次は私が入るね。
Raziel disappeared into the bathroom with silent steps as Lilith and Sodomy practically stared a hole in her back.
あの子はどうなのかしら。あの時は下着越しだったけれど。
いやー、目に見えてすごいでしょ。少なくともリリスさんは勝負以前の問題でしょ。
いやほら、でも形が悪いとかあるじゃない。こう外すとたるんでるとかさ、垂れると。
天使なのに
百聞は一見にしかずか。サラミ、行くわよ。
アイアイマーム。
The two girls galloped off toward the bathroom with their respective silly walks. I decided not to get involved, instead opting to make their beds. Fuck you, Setsuna. Fuck you, man. I want to get involved. Get the fuck out there and go see that shit. Fucking hell. I had no idea what the world's most powerful hydrogen bomb developed by the Soviet Union had to do with their conversation. You fucking nerd. Oh my god. On the other hand, I almost felt like I didn't want to know. That night, Sodomy and Lilith went to bed holding hands, both of them looking positively sullen. Afterwards, I took a light shower to rid myself of the day's grime. My wounds had neatly closed up, so I promptly peeled off the scabs I still had left. They had all served their purpose and were on the verge of falling off, and discarded them in the trash can. Although I did not require sleep, I still cooped myself up in the closet to completely finish my recovery process. My vision had cleared, and so had my thoughts. But I would not dream, nor would I close my eyes, and I certainly did not fear the long night. I simply sat in place, replaying the day's events in my mind, how we toppled the second stratum and fought Kuro Miyako, Abdiel's words, the clear hostility I felt towards Adam, and the reason why I was here, my as of yet unknown raison d'etre. I glanced outside the window and beheld the makeshift sky, with all its stars more or less in the correct position, thanks to Raziel. I thought them beautiful. Knowing they were fake, I still marveled at their beauty. The realization came just as quick. The reason I had yet to find my raison d'etre was because I myself was a fake human being. Even if I did not sleep, I still closed my eyes from time to time to recall days gone by.
あなたは世界を動かせる存在よ。そう、だからこそ可能性。崇拝され、尊敬され、信仰される。そう、私はそれがどうしてもだから。
Tears trickled down my mother's cheeks. I myself couldn't grasp her reasons, but whatever tormented her, it must have been unbearable. Please, don't cry. I let the words seep through my lips. My mother, still teary-eyed, simply shook her head and whispered into my ear.
あなたは人間。私の切な。
Her words were blessing and cursed married into one. They made me yield to temptation, to fear, and broke my heart. That was enough. I decided to stop. Shouldering the curse, those feelings, and even love, as well as the lives of 10 billion people, I continued to live an imposter in human form. I turned around and saw Lilith, Raziel, and Sorami all resting peacefully under their blankets. Even angels and demons required sleep. Suddenly felt myself at ease. My hands no longer trembled. Lilith relied on me, Sorami had faith in me, and Raziel, well, at least she considered me an ally. If one's gaze lingered too long on the past, he risked letting the future slip by. I needed to keep my eyes on my feet constantly, to make sure I did not stray from the dark road I walked, so that I could find the right path. For the time being, that would be enough. I had the feeling that a sliver of light had ever so slightly illuminated that dark path of mine. And not just that, I felt a presence lighter than the air in my right arm. We spent the next day in idleness. The three girls... Oh, yeah.
What do you think about we stop here?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So, any parting thoughts?
No, I just think it was a great episode, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It was more like a comedy.
It was a different vibe.
A sitcom.
It was
a different vibe.
I'm honestly, like, as the Raziel Setsuna romance starts developing more, I kind of hope that we're gonna have more SOL time, because I'm honestly really invested in that. I want to see the two of them kind of start understanding each other better, and Setsuna kind of getting out of it. Yeah,
I think this type of it was perfect for us because we stopped recording about a month ago, something like it. So it was good. It was pretty good. And about Raziel and Setsuna, I think Raziel's side is developing.
Right.
Yes, Setsuna.
No, I think
Setsuna, you know?
I think Setsuna is slowly, like, I think he's slowly starting to feel something. He doesn't know it yet, because he's not familiar with that.
I can't see that.
I don't know. I'm feeling it.
To be honest, I can't see that.
I'm feeling it.
Okay. If you feel.
I have a small sensation. He just doesn't. He's just too awkward and separated from humanity. But, like, he feels comfortable enough with Raziel that he gives away part of his past to her.
Good point.
You know?
Yeah.
They're having these intimate moments, even if they're, like, very few and far between.
Okay.
I feel like that's a step forward. Mapo, do you have anything to say?
Just one last thing to say.
Yeah.
Just one last thing to say. Then I'll give the word to Mapo. I'll write down the Tsar bomb concept. Just that. Go on.
What do you say, Mapo?
Man, Esther of cooking was a sight.
Right.
But a sight to see, you know.
Right. That was real.
It was a pretty cool episode. I like that.
Yeah,
I like Regretful in general.
I like these changes of pace. I think this is one of the strengths of Tokyo Babel. That, like, Fate's Stay Night also has this, where there's, like, a pretty large rift between the action stuff and, like, the plot stuff, and then the psychological, like, interpersonal relationship, living life stuff, right? Those are, like, two very separate sections of Fate's Stay Night. But the difference here is that whereas, especially in the first route of Fate's Stay Night, those transitions can feel a little awkward in how they're paced, where, like, there's, like, huge, tremendously long slice of life sections, and then just, like, little bits of action in between, without a great balance between the two. Tokyo Babel, I think, does a really good job of having the right, or close to the right, balance between more action-heavy plot scenes, the investigation, scenes, and then the slice of life interpersonal relationship downtime scenes. I think it does it really well. That's my impression of it. And I've really been enjoying each one of these slice of life scenes a lot. These characters are cool. I like them. I like their interactions. They're all fun. And I can't wait for it to go terribly wrong when we start seeing everybody's true colors later into the story.
Another thing, you just said something that that I realized just now. We are seeing just one route, and I think every main character, I consider Sotomi, Satuna, Raziel, and little main characters. Anyway, and every main character is likable. They have their approach, the character approach, a good character approach, and some of them are having little development as a character.
Right. I'm actually interested. I'm curious in how it's going to be when we play our first Bishoujo game at some point. I don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe when we run out of patience to read Chunige, and it's just too much. And then we pick out like Daikyosei or something, which is all just like 100% slice of life, interpersonal relation type games with like, I don't know, 15 roots or something.
Oh my god.
And then trying to compare like how that kind of game handles creating characters that are very, or Clanad is kind of like that, where there's like 8 roots or something, and then they have to be able to present characters that are fun interacting with each other as well as in private, and then have them still be fun and interesting on the long term. I'm definitely curious as to how, as we kind of ease in to the visual novel mode of storytelling, which I think Tokyo Babel is a very traditional one, in spite of being a Chuni game. I think it's going to be cool to let us transition into that space more, and then see how people like you guys that aren't super familiar with this kind of game react to that. Whereas most people, I think, would get bored by it being a straight like slice of life romance book that lasts for 200 hours or something.
Oh my god.
Clanad is fucking crazy, dude. There's like a gajillion choices in Clanad. I don't even know how the choice system works. Little Busters has like 8 routes if you count the DLC. It's wild, man. It's crazy.
I can only imagine. And
yeah.
No, I would just say that if the DLC is the OVA,
the OVA adapted the DLC characters.
Oh, okay.
The blonde.
Okay, so we must take the.
Yeah. The I think the expanded version has been translated, with the blonde girl and the cat girl. I think they're the 2 extra characters.
I would do that just for the blonde girl, just to be honest.
I don't know anything. I've never seen their stuff. Like when I watched the anime, I didn't watch the OVA. But they look hot.
I think they.
So.
Okay. okay.
I know that
everything that I was about to say.
I know that
they look hot. That's it.
He released an after story for Kudelia. No, not Kudelia. What was her name? Whatever. They released a Kud after story, which I thought was cool until a friend of mine that played through Little Busters and Kud Wafter told me that Kud Wafter is absolute garbage. So that made me kind of sad. Fuck, I can't remember her full name now. That's kind of sad. Is it Kudelka? But yeah, we are probably gonna cut it off here. I thought it was a good episode. I'm excited to finish this route at some point. I don't know how much more we have to read through, because I doubt that. I've been told that this is kind of like Fate Stay Night, where the routes are linear, and they lead into each other. So I doubt that they would make us go through the entire plot 3 times without major variations happening between them. So I think that something might happen that makes us not have to go through each stratum all the way up. So that
Probably.
the other guys that we have to investigate in the other routes have their own special time.
Maybe in the normal route we have to go for every single one starting, but maybe in the Lilith route, I don't know.
Yeah.
We can just jump. Yeah.
By the way, what happened to those guys that we did not investigate?
Well, they're still out here. Astaroth was talking about us talking to them. We're gonna have to figure them out if we want to keep going, because they're also like, I don't know, they're also involved. They're also master candidates. So I would assume that we're gonna keep on going with them, unless something happens.
I was also wondering, does Adam hate Setsuna?
Well, that's a good
I don't
question.
think so.
I don't know if he hates Setsuna. I think that they're, like in Fate Zero, where Kirei and Kiritsugu just have that kind of like ambient rage at each other because they know that they're mirror images.
No, yeah, I was asking myself that because Setsuna hates Adam.
Right.
Because they are alike.
Right.
They are very alike. They are artificial humans, have no purpose, and that's pretty much the root of Setsuna's hate. But I was wondering if Adam hated Setsuna for the same reason, or if he hated Setsuna for wanting human emotions in the first place, or if he didn't hate Setsuna at all. No?
No, I feel like Adam does feel the same animosity towards Setsuna that Setsuna feels towards Adam. I don't know if they're for the same reasons though. I wonder, because I wonder like the specific nature of why. I think Setsuna himself hasn't unlocked that. I don't know if he sees Adam as like being comfortable with not being human, and that makes him feel upset somehow, like it's not supposed to be that way, or if he sees that Adam is able to have like a stable something going on with Eve, and then he's kind of jealous of being able to have something stable, or if he's like he sees himself in Adam and he sees how Adam is kind of like this monstrous weird dude, especially in like the Kuro Miyako situation, and he's like, fuck, this is like depressing, I don't want to, like he feels angry at himself through Adam. Maybe I don't know what Adam would see in Setsuna other than maybe like assuming that he's a fool, like you said.
Setsuna.
What?
Perhaps Adam instinctively knows the truth behind Setsuna.
Maybe, yeah.
Because Lilith talks about Setsuna like his very existence is a grave sin.
Right.
Perhaps Adam, being the way he is, even sharing this artificial existence with Setsuna,
yeah,
it gives him this point of view, you know.
I think that maybe it's like a difference in essence. Like if Setsuna was built to be the Tower of Babel in the sense of like being an artificial messiah god type thing that would make humanity ascend to a higher plane or something. Like he's been saying that he was created to save the world, and then he let the world go, and then it was destroyed, and then they're using messianic language to describe him, right? And then there was that scene at the beginning of the novel where it looks like he was being crucified or something, versus like Adam created by angels with the intent of also saving the people in Tokyo Babel through battle, right? Maybe Adam sees or is able to feel that Setsuna failed
or reneged his original objective, while Setsuna sees in Adam himself while he was still in the real world, but actually succeeding at his job instead of making the decision that led him to abandon humanity. You know, maybe that's the root cause of it. I feel like maybe that might be it.
It's funny because they both fight and follow orders to save the very thing they lack of.
Right. But I do think that it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be this route or if it's gonna be a future route. It might be this one because I feel like that's what they're building up to. But I think there's gonna be a great contrast between how, like, in that intermission that we were reading a couple episodes ago, or maybe last episode, where Eve was trying to be intimate with Adam and he didn't understand it and he didn't want anything to do with it, and like their relationship is very dysfunctional, and she's like a mat that he walks on, you know, and she's just like this, like, derangedly projecting like her passion for the last Adam into this new Adam just because she wants someone to serve that role because she's lonely. Versus,
which again?
I was just gonna say I think they're gonna contrast that strongly with Setsuna maybe having a stable, trusting relationship with Raziel, and then they're gonna have that extra layer of like conflict, right, of dissonance.
Yeah, that raises again the question: where is the original Adam?
Right. I wish I could answer that. I genuinely do not know. Like, I would just say that he's dead, but the fact that Eve is alive is kind of dubious. There's this. I wanted to talk about it originally. I didn't get into it because it was just too complicated, and then we ran out of time, and I don't know. I never got into it. But in some variations of Gnostic myth, and then this is the lecture of the day because I know that Unlimited was missing them. In some versions of the Gnostic myth, there's like a divine Eve that is sent, is given a body to be able to bring Adam his soul back, because the idea is that there's a primordial Adam in the Pleroma where the one God exists, right? And then the Demiurge creates the world, and he captures Adam and strips him away of his soul, leaving only his consciousness in a forged body in the prison of Eden, right? And so the one God sends Eve from the Pleroma down to the material world to bring Adam a shred of his soul back, which is the divine spark that humans can use to access the Pleroma again when they attain Gnosis. It's kind of the idea, right? So that's what would propel salvation in the Gnostic worldview, is that Adam is given back his divinity, even if only a little bit of it. So my idea is that maybe this Eve is like supposed to be the divine immortal Eve, that instead of like the Eve from the Bible, which was just another person, that as soon as her mission was complete, was sent back to heaven, and then only the physical Eve remained, and that's the one that died. But then you would imagine that if that was the case, Adam Kadmon, like the original divine Adam, would also be around. So I don't know what to say, really. That was my working theory for a while, but then I think it doesn't hold up to scrutiny, unless Higashida is just making shit up, which is always possible.
Perhaps they could have recycled Adam. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going with this, if he's taking this version of the myth somewhere, of like maybe like, I don't know. Because this Adam is also a vessel that's given a consciousness by a creator figure, right? I don't know. I don't know what they could be cooking up with it. Maybe his inhumanity. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I strongly doubt that they won't explain it by the end of the game, because Adam is shaping up to be a pretty important character in the narrative, if not this time, some other time. But I really don't know what Sorami's route is going to be about. Like, if each route has their kind of clear rival, right? Like, I see Raziel's route's rival being Adam and Eve, because I feel like Setsuna and Raziel create a pretty strong contrast to Adam and Eve. Even in the sense of, like, there being, like, a quote-unquote human and a quote-unquote angel together, right? Lilith, I can see her route being, like, more about the intrigue of the demons and then the hidden plans and stuff, because I'm sure that Lilith's cooking something. She's too old and too involved to not be cooking up all kinds of crazy shit. I don't know what like enemy, what rival would shape up in Sorami's route, and what the central theme of that would be. Which makes me excited that we're going to see that next. But yeah, I don't know. So with all of that said, I think this is the end of the episode. I'm gonna cry in a corner a little bit before I start re-recording all of the shit that I missed.
Oh my god!
See you guys later, I guess.
You have 1 hour.
It's so over, dude.